Kill everything that cannot die. Field of history do I specialize in? Well, right now most of my classes are like foreign policy. Kind of like foreign policy stuff. How many choices does Serbia have? Serbia's got 2 to 6, 6 to no, that's Hungary. 5 to 21, 2 to 16. I'm looking at this. If this is the entire Serbian army, we can actually just rush the capital. Okay, let's immediately try to curtail the military league. Please and thank you. We're gonna lose strength, we get some stability. That seems good. They will now easily topple us. Okay, that seems bad. That seems very bad. Ernst Sternberg has defeated the Mongolian rebels. So Sternberg is now just in charge of Mongolia forever. Good for him, good for him. Fear mongering. We have now 160. Serbian Romanian rearmament. All of Bulgaria's primary enemies in the Valkyrie, Greece, Serbia, and Romania, especially the last two specifically, were punished and dismantled, giving way for Bulgarian hegemony in the Balkans. Romania was left as a shell of its former self, partitioned and turned into a client state of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Romania was forced to surrender to Bulgaria and its vast oil reserves. Even this, however, was not enough to leave these two states silent. While the revenge of them should have been expected, their unprecedented rearmament and belligerence was not. Bucharest and Belgrade increasingly vocally spoke about the plight of their compatriots in Bulgaria. While the former was the first to abandon the restrictions of the Valkyrie treaties, and now after the defeat of Anthnwam in 1936, Germany has followed suit. Greece faced rather fewer restrictions than its two Balkan comrades, and so its army was already ready for battle. And the Greeks too wished to take a bite from the Bulgarian lion. With Austria and Germany seemingly uninterested and forced into post-Valkyrie treaties, Bulgarian general staff is increasingly resigned to the prospect of another Balkan war, the fourth one in 30 years. Increasingly frustrated with the politicking taking place in Sofia, Marshal and generals demanded of regime to do something. They've already laid out the plans for early mobilization and war preparations. All we need to do is find a political capital for such action. I would love to go to war. So you want me to dousing the powder keg? I can douse the powder keg. Once we deal with the military, we'll douse the powder keg. Get 1% recruit population. The Bulgarian people do not miss war, and doing this decision will have a lot of people will be against us. I mean, 160 to 280. That's not quite halfway. That's no, it's more than halfway. We have a majority, but I'm not too sure if a majority is what we need. "21 days, 28 days. How many days we got for this? 43? Okay, fine. If we do not do this, then it looks like the military is going to try to coup us. So let's prepare those war preparations so the military doesn't destroy the Bulgarian government. Because apparently they would easily topple us. We can gain more strength. Prime Minister's principal stand against the Vino Circle has not gone unnoticed and expected to have born out of Sukrov's fears. They have chosen to take a different approach. Once again, they have been called to a meeting, this time with Penchel Slatiev, cavalry general, and one of the leading members of the autocratic faction. The setting of the meeting was a visit and inspection of one of the Bulgarian army's newly modernized cavalry divisions, who the general assured was playing a leading role in any future war against the enemies of Belgrade. General Slatiev aimed to assure the Prime Minister regarding any fears. They are not the coordinated clique, far from it, and they do not seek to involve themselves in the poisonous rhetoric of the regime in Bucharest. Rather, they see themselves as technocrats, masters of the craft of politics, who will be able to transform the country for the better. If only to be able to have the say. The Prime Minister does not even have to imagine that this violent revolution, there's no need for the Tsar to lose its head, or that all Bulgarian political traditions be tossed out the window. Slatiev can personally assure Stanov that he will do whatever it takes to prevent dangerous radicals such as Damian Bletchlov from getting their way. All he wants from the politicians is support in their hour of need. I'm not gonna coup the government. At least not right now. I'm not gonna coup the government. I'm gonna try to avoid a military coup. What are we doing? We're flying as Bulgaria, trying to form Yugoslavia. We just gotta win the war and not get cooed by the military. Fingers crossed we don't get cooed by the military. Get some more rubber. We don't need rubber. We don't need that stuff. We should have some aircraft. And a few more, a few more in reserve. So let's go, let's say 200 and 200. And just fly over Bulgaria for now. Our manpower is quite low. But once you're done, we're getting an extra 1%, which I think seems pretty good. After this, we can... So, I think if we do this, we immediately will not be able to form Yugoslavia. Mission to Constantine. We get a non-aggression pact with the Ottoman Empire, which actually makes sense. If this focus is not taken before the start of the Fourth Balkan War, there will be an Ottoman intervention. Okay. Well, when you put it that way... I mean, it's August right now. And we know they can't form... They can't form this at minimum until October. So we should have some time. Maintain the pressure. We can maintain pressure. We can promise ethnic autonomy. 56 days. I'm going to try to abolish the State Protection Act one more time. And then if this fails, we're going to get a non-aggression pact with the Ottomans. For I think pretty obvious reasons. General Goniev's ultimatum. For the military, the continuing existence of the State Protection Act, the only guarantee of the Tsar's stability. Having gotten used to the expectation that Serbian, Romanian, and Greek rebels must be suppressed by force, they do not want to imagine a Bulgaria in which the method to ensure their legality to the actions is taken away. With this perception in mind, Colonel Gurgov has requested a private audience with Prime Minister Petro Stanov himself. The colonel did not mince words and clearly explained that it awaits Bulgaria if a foolish parliamentarianism continues. The military take charge and put a responsible government in charge of the country. One of which will be strong, capable enough to save Bulgaria from any challenges against it. Okay, we can cancel this. We can not... They would easily topple us. Yeah, you can actually form Yugoslavia as Bulgaria now. Fine. We're gonna withdraw our notion for now. Which means this will fail. But again, we'll get a chance in the future to try to abolish this, hopefully. Okay, let's get a mission to Constantine. The Ottoman Empire has agreed to our proposal for negotiations, and our delegation to settle in Constantine. In the next few weeks, long-winded negotiations shall take place with the goal of reconciliation. Our relationship with the former Turkish masters has been far from stellar, though Germany would force us to bury the hatchet once, so we would be able to work together during the Weltkrieg. Tensions at the Thracian border have never quite vanished. The situation on our border today calls for us to put pressure issues aside, however. Yeah, because like Ottomans, you need to deal with the Egyptians. I need to deal with Serbia. We have mutual reasons not to kill each other, okay? That's all I'm saying, is that fate of the Bulgarian Turks. 1 million Turks live on the Bulgarian side of the border, about 1/10 of the Bulgarians' population, making them the largest minority in the Balkan state. And our interests are, understandably, the Ottoman Empire's interest. A Sinavian lobby backed by the Mukhars presses the government of Constantine to do something about the situation for their languishing brethren. Bulgaria, meanwhile, was wavering on its stance toward Turkic population due to this region. Constantine Gregov's authoritarian regime escalated Bulgarianization policies in Western Thrace, while the largest concentration of Bulgarian Turks lie. Inciting protests from Constantine and invested interests from their side to ensure this does not happen again. The Ottomans have presented a proposal to ensure the safety of Bulgarian Turks, territorial self-government, and for Western Thrace, and its implementation overseen by Ottoman delegates. At the same time, addressing the needs of Muslims, Bulgarian recognition of the Caliphate or a free reign of the Empire's Ministry of Religious Affairs to train Bulgarian imams. You know what? This can be arranged. I think that's okay. I'm okay giving a little bit of autonomy to Western Thrace if it means we don't get murdered. Though trade between Bulgaria and Ottoman Empire is somewhat limited due to historic reasons, Black Monday has renewed interest in companies from both sides to use the other as a fallback market, especially as they've been next to each other. A bilateral trade agreement between the two states have been proposed by the Ottoman delegation, but Bulgarian economists have generally dismissed it as a one-sided deal, more lucrative to the Ottoman Empire, which is larger and generally prosperous throughout the 30s, than Bulgaria, which is smaller and stagnated even before their recession in Germany. Another topic which has been brought up is the Danube Commission, an international body established in the 19th century to regulate trade on the Danube. Weltkrieg meant that member states were divided by the war, and the Treaty of Bucharest with Romania was thus supposedly established a commission for the mouth of the Danube, controlled by the Central Powers. This commission struggled to come out due to the de jure Bulgarian control of Georgia and died down with the rise of the Iron Guard. However, the Ottoman Empire has always held interest in reviving the proposal, and has brought to the table as well, because in Bulgaria to establish a commission once they achieve victory against Romania. I mean, that seems good. I'm completely okay with that. Again, military, do not coup me, please and thank you. Am I actually researching? Oh, yeah, it's still this. And the Alliance of Convenience. Perhaps the non-aggression pact could develop into something more. Much like Bulgaria has its own enemies in the Balkans, the Ottomans have their own enemies of their own. The modernization state of Egypt and whatever will come out of Arabia, as well as a research in Iran, the Ottoman delegation has floated about the idea of forming not just a non-aggression pact, but a cooperation pact, hitting each other in the respective wars and working together to maintain stability in an increasing fickle region. It require massive trust more than just paper act, however. I trust you, Ottoman Empire, because your wars always last till like 1948, so the deal is signed. Weeks of negotiating have finally arrived at a conclusion. Non-aggression pact between the Tsardom of Bulgaria and the Ottoman Empire. Both of the negotiating parties will abandon their territorial claims upon each other and will fulfill their negotiation commitments attached to the past. Okay, so Romania, Serbia, and Greece are probably a little bit less happy about this. Maybe they'll actually convince some of these guys not to actually join the war, if we're lucky. Get more compliance, resistance strength. Yes, let's a little bit of post-war ethnic autonomy to the Serbian population of the country. Seems decent enough to me. We could, let's gather more scandals. More scandals! Can't have the king being seen as being, like, too powerful, I think. I mean, really, we need to make sure the military is, you know... We're probably going to fail Operation of Nishava. I doubt we're going to be able to abolish the State Protection Act. It seems very unlikely to me, because the military is just too powerful in Bulgaria for me to accomplish that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes for us. I'm still thinking it's going to be bad, though. Okay, so we've now dealt with that. Do not want German support. I really want to pass the act. I guess we'll try to curtail the military league. Crown Prince to the rescue! Newspaper from Varna reported a spectacular story, an act of personal kindness to his very own Crown Prince Boris. Visiting a beach resort in the city, the royal heard a voice coming from the distance. As an avid swimmer, he took forward to investigate the matter himself. A few minutes later, he returned to the shore with 6 people in tow. They almost drowned. The Crown Prince claimed in the hour of need. This is far from the first time when Boris made himself known to the public through his personal act of kindness. Almost every Bulgarian village has a story of the People's Prince visiting with little to no guards, offering ride in his car. In 1934, he took control of a passenger train he was traveling in the middle of fire in order to stop it safely. Yeah, sure. Hooray for him. People already like him, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yeah, every time this happens, it makes Divino too powerful. And the only way you can actually, like, reduce their powers is to curtail the military league. And just do this over and over and over again. Also, I have some research slots available. Radicals have won the Serbian election. So 1, 2, and 3. Are the Radicals a socialist? No, the Radicals are just the liberals. Okay. How long you plan on streaming? Probably for at least another 2.5 hours. Belgrade Pact. Excellent. Love to see it. The Belgrade Pact. A newspaper of Bulgaria was abuzz today with news coming from Serbia. A diplomatic event which many saw years in the making. A pact between the Serbian, Romanians, and the Greeks has finally been finalized. And the Belgrade Pact was born. A few view this agreement naively. The Bulgarian political consensus, no matter if it leans left or right, understands that the signatories of the treaty will use it as a weapon against Bulgaria. Some are more alarmist than others. The large daily newspaper in Sofia, Ultra, printed in large bold letters, "War is coming! Serbia would like to seize Macedonia!" The alarms came in reference to one of the proclaimed goals of the Congress of Belgrade, which is to call for a new order in the Balkans, which Bulgarian conservatives could only interpret as a call to topple Greater Bulgaria. The same newspaper also printed an article by Nikola Zeklov, general of the Bulgarian army, who asserted that Bulgaria is completely unprepared to wage a war, and the only solution is to immediately plead for mediation from Germany and Austria-Hungary. Work with the Germans, who exploited us so brutally during the Weltkrieg, was considered inconceivable not long ago, and it might still be, but as of today, anything goes. Serbian, Turkish, and Greek representatives of the National Assembly stood in support of the pact. The Romanian delegation from constituents in Derivia were more reserved, however. The future liberator is the extremist Iron Guard after all. Okay, Romania is also joined the Belgrade Pact, which is not great. We don't really want to do this. And they would still easily topple us. Fear-mongering. And none of these really seem good right now. And this is going to fail, I think, like, no matter what. So might as well just say we're political power for the war. But we know that the Ottomans are not going to attack us. We've got a non-aggression pact. They have military access. Could maybe get some research bonuses? 5% stability. One civilian factory. Let's actually mandate the National Banking Act, whatever the hell it's called. Okay, for a second, I thought it said since Sweden joined the Belgrade Pact. I was like, oh shit. But luckily, that did not happen. The peasant strike. The economic crisis settling in after Black Monday was caused destitution in the countryside. Sharp decline in exports to Germany and elsewhere meant for thousands of peasants, livelihood once relied on selling produce to large companies, were now left with nothing. And help from the government of Sofia was meager and came too late. Driven by this desperation, thousands have joined a nationwide strike, protesting the subsidies in the crumbling agricultural sector. The abolition of the State Protection Act and against imported agricultural produce. By the way, can I build more units? How many guns do you guys need? 900? I can get like 3 of you. Though the strike was largely non-ideological, it's already been hijacked by the underground socialist and radical agrarian movement. The Smolensky faction of the Agrarian National Union, working underground, has been agitating in favor of a strike. In addition, many of the striking peasants are affiliated with similarly underground professional confederation, an elected organization seeking to implement syndicalist practices among the peasantry, promoting a socialization of the land and trade union organization of agricultural workers. 100,000 peasants have joined the strike and organized protest and stopping the roads with their vehicles and likely spread even further if nothing is done towards it. Because now saying abolition, peasant strike will be for 200 days. For 50 days. I guess we'll try to abolish the State Protection Act a second time. And maybe this time the military won't coup us. The opposition of Sazbrade does not plan to give up their cause just yet. After half an hour of arguing going through offices, Representative Istro Kladov has acquired himself the parliamentary staff's approval for a long opening speech he'll make right before the official debate on the abolition of the State Protection Act. It's not hard to imagine what a veteran speech will be about. The adjutant and teacher of the Crown Prince Boris of the Weltkrieg and retired lieutenant, Istro Kladov sits in his Barney as an independent second concentration-aligned representative. Here he's made a name for himself in a far-right royalist fire band, swaying with less elegant comrade, with the long-winded speeches and the necessitating power of the Tsar, the numerous enemies of besieging Bulgaria from all sides, and the Tsardom's natural status as the hegemon of the Balkans, which must be defended via any means necessary. Should it be allowed to speak without any resistance, Kladov will certainly cause numerous deputies on the National Liberal side to reconsider the stance on the bill. Meddling with the parliamentary bureaucracy and ruling Kladov's speech from the agenda will do the trick. For reside Porty, we want to stop him from speaking. Yes. Maybe. I don't know. But we've done it, so we got 20 days from the fallout. The military would easily topple us. I mean, this is the furthest we've gotten with this so far. I'm sure the military won't do anything bad. I hope. Oh, you guys probably should be under a field marshal, huh? Yeah, let's put you under a field marshal. Does it actually say what their ideologies are here? No, I know depending on what country you are, sometimes it says they're part of a certain clique. We only got 2 more days. 2 more days, and democracy in Bulgaria will be saved. Hey, it actually worked. 140 deputies of the Sparta have voted in favor of the abolition of the State Protection Act, an unprecedented movement and a U-turn of what has been 50 years of growing monarchist power. The full democracy in Bulgaria has not been guaranteed just yet. This major step forward for the majority has forced changes in the ruling coalition of Bulgaria. The National Liberal Party, crumbling in conflict between those who have accepted the outcome of the vote and those who still believe that the act guarantees stability, have been forced to abandon the second concentration bloc and form an parliamentary coalition with the backers of the Predkolkia. His government has pledged to attain victories to the constitutional movement, guarantee the rights of people, and ensure a safe election in 1938. Hey, that worked out pretty well. Assuming the military is not going to coup us. Constitutional victory in Bulgaria. Hey, we've done it. Yeah, stinky, stinky military. We can enshrine the Constitution. Yeah. I think I want to enshrine that. What do you need? You don't Black Monday. Okay. Actually, wait. How for the plow? No, cancel this. Go for this one first. This is one we were doing before, trying to get our economy to not be dog shit. And I want to deploy these units ASAP. I don't care if they're garbage. I think I just need more men on the field. I think the Greek border's looking fine. We can put 1 more on Serbia, 2 more on Romania. And honestly, I'm looking at the Romanian front. I think we can actually abandon these 3 we can abandon, I think, these 3 provinces for now. And just hold this line. Yeah, it's like we're abandoning 1 port. That's kind of okay. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, it does... but it does lose our river protection, huh? No, I still think this is okay. I still think this is fine. No, now there's more Serbian units in the area. Okay, now Serbia is wanting to declare war on us. So, we're in a position. We can train 2 more units. We don't have enough guns for that. The Ottomans aren't going to help us. Lose 1,000 manpower off this. I don't think that really matters too much. 1 military factory. Sparked by years of fostering resentment towards Bulgarian rule, the destitution of many Serbian farmers during the post-Black economic crisis, and finally further inflating the Serbo-Bulgarian tensions because of Operation Azatha, the uprising is broken out in the Toplica region. The uprising is far from the first in territory Bulgaria annexed from Serbia during the Weltkrieg. That surpassed the others in size and ferocity. Over 2,000 armed insurgents were reported occupying several towns in the Bulgarian military. In response, the Bulgarian army is characteristically brutal. Regiment of the Orhana, successors to the Chechens of the Macedonian revolutionary organizations, organized into self-defense groups, were the first to respond, using acts of terror and intimidation to quell resistance in the region, often with significant civilian casualties. Once the Bulgarian army joined the response efforts, the Chechens were driven into the mountains, and the town of Pokozy was burned down after a prolonged firefight, and reprisals against the population began. The members of the Belgrade Pact commanded the atrocities almost immediately, especially Serbia, which declared that it will defend the interests and safety of the Serbian inhabitants by any means necessary. Bulgarian officials refuted claims and accused the government in Belgrade of sponsoring resistance in turn. Whether this is true or not, Serbia now had justification to attack, and both countries massed units on their border. Excellent. I love a good war. When does this start, by the way? I think it's like a 14-day focus, so it can't be too much longer now. We have an air force. The Ottomans are not going to invade us. We know that for a fact. Do I have oil? No, I think the oil is still in Romania. Yeah, all the oil's over here, which we don't actually have access to right now, unfortunately. I wonder... I could have put more troops on the Serbian border. And we're going to try to reach Belgrade ASAP and kill them. Actually, I think... You 3, I'm going to make you into a completely different army. And you're just going to go and try to rush your way towards Belgrade. The very simple task I'm giving you. And I'm hoping you'll be able to accomplish it. If not, I'll look like an absolute fool. Okay, we're at war, Bolt. We're at war now. Excellent. After a tense 2-week standoff in the Morava River, the Serbian government has officially spoken again. They banned us to vacate Macedonia and this region in 48 hours, effectively surrendering it to Serbian control. In order to protect the Serbian population from further terror and bloodshed, Paulo Pellegrino has been sent to the Allies and Belgrade Pact, addressing the ethnic conflict and worsening of the represented territories. But the ink on the document have been dried. Our forces in Nish have already sent reports of Serbian forces crossing the Morava. The war to support our bonuses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save... The Ottomans are not allowed to join the war because we did the focus for non-aggression pact. But I'm wondering, I know to form Yugoslavia as Bulgaria, you cannot accept German or Austrian support. But I don't know if that counts as accepting these volunteers. I'm going to assume that it does, and I'm going to say no. Even though it's a little bit risky. And we want to kill at least one of these guys ASAP. Romania's not in the war quite yet, but I'm sure they will be soon. But one more on infantry equipment for obvious reasons. Romania's not in the war. Prominent representative of the latest generation of Bulgarian army leaders, gathered in Sofia, discussed the current military situation. While the recognition made to the current government, only Vladimir Vasilov stood and expressed a desire to return to active duty. So we either get a general, or we get better defense of core territory. You know what? I'm going to get better defense of core territory. Hungary wants volunteers. I'm going to get volunteers from you. And I'm going to take volunteers from Hungary because that's not technically Austria, as far as I'm concerned. Let's see, you are 137 strength. I was going to send 2 of you over there, but we actually can't. Thessalonica, it'd be nice for me to be able to take over, but I don't know if I'll be actually able to. Again, we need to take Belgrade. We need to kill at least one of these countries. And I do believe that killing Serbia first makes the most amount of sense. Yeah, you hold position. And I want these guys to actually force attack their way through. And I believe this is the entirety of the Serbian army. Like, I don't think they're that powerful. And if we need to, we can always do last stand and stuff like that as well. Our air force, we do have superiority. We don't have any superiority down in Greece, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned with it. We finished you up. We'll do this once we can try to remove the Black Monday penalties. And you still have this for another 2 days. Again, we abandoned a few territories, but it means our army's going to be a little bit stronger now. And we got 2 volunteer forces. You guys get No, don't attack. You guys get volunteers from anybody? From Russia? Okay, from Russia's not that bad. But I'm curious, like, who's considered the major powers here? It's just Serbia. And let's try to push our way into Belgrade. If we can take their capital. Are you considered encircled? No. Not for the purposes of this. Again, anybody here is actually on this line. And you guys, again, I want you to force attack your way through. You're still very, very well defended. Yeah, and other than that, we're looking pretty good. We've lost 1,000 to 5,000. I would say those are successful numbers. You are 3 victory points, you're worth 2 victory points, and you're worth 2. Serbia, of course, we're 25. Like, it's just so... 22% for that. I do believe we can victory point rush some of these guys. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. And if they're going to keep attacking this arm with 2 units, like, they're never going to break that. That's not going to happen. Again, the plan here is just safe attacks. We don't want to do anything, you know, ludicrous. And I want you guys to keep on speeder attacking or attacking with what is it called again? Yeah, force attack. Because once you are dead, next thing can stop you. Do these kind of attacks. Belgrade will fall. Okay, now you guys aren't really accomplishing anything, so let's just hold off for a moment. And once we can actually reposition these troops on the Serbian, or not Serbian, on the Greek and Romanian fronts, be completely okay. Because that gets Serbia already down to 25%. gonna go like this. I'm wondering what the Serbian AI is going to do. And Norway joined the International. That's fine. They're gonna try to attack me. Okay, you know, fair enough, I guess. Some attacks here again. Keep a look on these two borders. We're still completely 100% A-okay. I'm gonna attack you just to make sure you don't do anything. I'm gonna move here. Support from the CIFRC? No, I'm not gonna give them anything. I'm gonna give food to Szechuan? I'm in the middle of a war, goddammit. Oh, they actually pushed through one of my provinces. Oh, but they're dead, so it doesn't actually matter. Excellent. We got a Russian troop here. Do that against you. Let's put these troops on this front line. And then this army, you guys can deploy, I guess, just near Bucharest. Yeah, Romania and Greece are now considered major players. I'm not too surprised by that, but, you know, I would say this is a great little war we've got going on here. We've only lost 6,000 men. The numbers, I would say, are looking quite good for us. And after this, we just push away to Bucharest. If we can make our way to the Hungarian border, that'd be quite nice. Yeah, because now we just basically outnumber you, and, like, what are you going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. It would be nice to take Thessalonica, so we can move these brown troops all towards the Greek border, but... I mean, I guess we can also, like, navally invade. No, we cannot. We don't have to... Oh, I have 17 ships. Plus these 4. Now, you don't need to be over Bulgaria. You can all fly over Romania now. And now that these guys are losing organization, we just attack across the river. I don't know if we need to go this way. Probably not. But a splendid little war we're fighting right now. Yeah, we can go attack this unit next with these 5 units here. I do apologize for the game kind of stuttering. That's just Kaiserreich. Yeah, it's not really a Kaiserreich issue. It's also like a Hearthfire 4 issue. Fan off in America. You know, actually, you stop. We're going to move these guys down. Let's say to Thessalonica, but Thessalonica probably is not even the right province for you. I guess probably just like right here on this mountain. Not a great province, but it's by far not the worst province either. Yeah, don't move there. That doesn't, I think, actually benefit us. You don't stream on Twitch as well? Well, because I'm a Twitch affiliate, you're actually not allowed to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Which is a little unfortunate, but, you know, I understand why they do it. Yeah, and we're just going to victory point rush. Victory point rush against Romania. Just do some attacks here. Romania is now down to 62%. And apparently you've technically overrun some units. I don't know how we did that, but we did it. How much are you worth? You are worth 5 victory points. So not terrible at all. Okay, again, we're still holding Bucharest. You guys probably actually don't need to be attacking, but I would like to send more troops to Bucharest so they can actually survive. Political power gain plus 10%. Renew political trust. Yeah, let's go renew political trust. But last stand on you just in case. Romania down pretty far down now. Probably a push into Greece here. So they're not too happy with what we've done. Where are you trying to attack? Where are you going? Where are you guys going? Stay where you are right now. We might lose this city. We're 5 victory point. And you are moving down to this border. No, you're mostly just going to stay on this side of the river for now. And we're gonna pull these 2 troops back for a moment. American Civil War, that doesn't really concern us too much. We have lost a little bit of territory against them, but not so much that I'm actually scared. I'm gonna play Kaiserreich more often. Mostly because the only reason I usually ever want to play Kaiserreich is to do like the more meme paths. And but I don't often want to do the meme paths. Maybe that makes me boring, I don't know. I would like to move these guys across the front here. You can maybe take over this city. I'm pushing you. Birth of a prince. Royal family of Bulgaria has announced incredible news. Crown Prince Boris and his wife are produce a child, a healthy boy. The birth of a child was announced. The cannon shots, bell ringing in the hearts of Sofia, and soon after, Tsar Ferdinand I proclaimed an announcement. For the occasion of the birth of his grandson, numerous prisoners have been given amnesty and their sentences reduced. All school children in Bulgaria will have their grades increased by 1 unit, and none of them will be required to repeat classes this year. That's pretty. I wish this happened whenever a prince was born in my country. I didn't get shit. When I don't know any of the royal family kids' names, so their plans bring water to the Jordan River, Prince of Baptism. Oh, I gotta name him? Then all the first Kurbrat, Krill. Let's go Simon the Second. After the great Tsar. You guys don't attack right now. We're gonna again have you guys fall back 1 province. Cavalry is gonna go to this coast. Actually, you can do that here. Okay, stop attacking. Stop attacking. Stop attacking. What I could do. He's still alive, right? I think he's one of the Kaiserreich people. One of the people who is in Kaiserreich that is actually still alive. Yes. There's a handful. Of course, Dalai Lama in Kaiserreich still alive. I'm trying to remember who else is still alive in this. I'm gonna go here. One of you guys is gonna go over here though first. You see, some units are in Athens. Thessalonica is worth 15, so it's a city we kind of need to take at some point. You move here. I'm wondering if I just do the thing I let the AI do sometimes, to just walk into my country. Like, it works a lot of the time. And try to push me here. And none of you should be on this line. I want you to walk to. I want you to walk to this province. Will Greece die if Athens follows here? I don't believe so. Usually in factories. Prince of the People. That's going to remove that, which is 10% stability loss. Okay, let's get 10% stability off this. And immediately go up to partial mobilization, please and thank you. Okay, Thessalonica's having a bad time. There's now more troops in Athens. I could do another force attack, and I think that will play out in my favor. What about you guys up here? Got 1 empty territory. It's not so bad. You go up north. You go here. Do something like this. Like, if we want to see if we can kind of cut these guys off from supplies from their capital, which right now is the city way up in the north. When are you going to be in this province? 12 hours. We need to keep on attacking you. Thessalonica is going to fall. We have taken Athens. Means I'm going to have you stay here. The Thessalonica. I think Thessalonica needs to die, but I think after Thessalonica is dead, we should be okay. We're going to move this guy to Patras just in case, but I don't think it should matter. Also, I apparently didn't do this movement right, but that's okay. I mean, I guess these areas are still technically connected. It's not the worst in the world. But let's attack you here. You attack here. I want you moving up north and around. You move against these troops there. You're gonna move up. One guy moves down south. split Romania in half. You should get the defense there. Thessalonica will die as soon as I do this. You're not going to get there for 3 days. We should be fine on that. At least the way I'm looking at it, you should be fine. And you're going to move up to these other cities. And Romania should more or less be dead at that point. Thessalonica will fall in a moment. Hopefully it'll free up the Greeks. Serbia asks for peace. With our success in the Balkan War, the Bulgarian Pact is on the verge of collapse. No. They shall be crushed. Luckily, Bulgaria didn't send the Thrace ultimatum. Well, we did the focus here. Mission to Constantinople, which means that they actually were not able to actually declare war on us. Which is, I think, kind of necessary to make sure they don't just kill you. But Greece is dead. Which means I can now send you to just somewhere up here. And I can send you guys to this border. All of you up here. Like now. Keep 2 guys in the south, but, I mean, they're going to be dead in a moment anyways. I'm not too worried about it. And Romania is at currently 46%. Actually, way higher than I thought they would be at. You're 10. You're my core. They're already crushed. Oh, they're going to be even more crushed. Right now, they're a little baby crushed. In a moment, they will be, like, not even a real country crushed, which is where we want them to be. Second International gets Romania down to 27%. You're worth 5 victory points. Okay, we want to make sure they don't take any more cities. I think we take over you. You might... Okay, you're not going to die right away. I'm going to have you guys force attack as well. Look at these casualties. 24,000? That's a splendid little war. It's a beautiful war for us, actually. And all of you are going to be directly incorporated into Bulgaria. So, you know, welcome, welcome, welcome. A round of applause to the Bulgarian people for that war. Excellent. Now, I don't really know where these troops are going to go. I guess we'll put them on the Hungarian border for right now, even though I don't know if that makes a ton of sense. Okay, we're now the hegemon of the Balkans. You absolutely freaking love to see it. Renew pride. We can integrate some territory. We have a non-aggression pact, so we can't go to war with them. Alliance with Russia, Austria, the Reichspakt. I guess we could still join a faction. If I'm remembering correctly, did we not get an option to form Yugoslavia? Was that not a thing that was a thing? I thought we got an... I thought we were supposed to get away... I'm actually going to Google this right now. Right in the middle of this stream. Kaiserreich, Bulgaria, Yugoslavia. I thought there was a way to do it. Okay, not that one. Nope, not that either. Gotta be recent, though. It's gotta be tools anytime, probably like the past month. Must not accept. I know it says you can't accept help. Did they remove it in like the last update? Probably not. Reform Yugoslavia's Bulgaria. Is it because we took the volunteers? if the game description says it's Hearts of Iron 4, I don't know what to tell you. Is it because we took the Hungarian volunteers? It might be because we took Hungarian volunteers. I thought... Have I screwed the pooch on this one? And I should have saved the game before. Wait, no, I did save the game, didn't I? Yeah. We might have to do the war again. if I want to do this. Actually... Am I the dumbest person alive? Potentially. Yeah, we might have to do the war a second time. But that's okay, right? Yeah. I apologize. We're going to... I mean... Okay. Is this cheating if I just delete all these enemy units and just say that I won the war because I've already done it before? Because, I mean, the volunteers didn't really do anything. So I'm going to say that it's acceptable, and if you disagree, I don't care. We're just going to del all Serbia, del all Romania, and then del all Greece. And if there's a way that I can somehow... And not really a way I can, like, delete my own units. Again, if you have a problem with this, I don't care. Because I've already won the war. And there's not a reason for me to do it again. Yeah, I know if you don't take volunteers, I'm assuming that's what you needed to do. Hey, look, Serbia died. How incredible. Take all states. I'm just curious to see this is how you do it. It's not a cheat? Exactly, it's not cheating. We're now the hegemon of the Balkans once again. Wait, is there a new American Union state flag? Wait. Oh wait, no, yeah, it's like the American Civil War hasn't begun yet. Again, well, I'll look at the flag afterwards. I just didn't even notice if there was a flag change. Okay, go up here, conquer the city. Technically, like, if I can... Basically, the Texas flag now? Okay. Very interesting. Technically, I guess we didn't lose 24,000 men. But, I mean, it was a very easy war. So, I don't consider this to be a problem. Also, because we've won before. Fate of Serbia? No, it's not just that. We'll annex Serbia and choose the occupation option for Yugoslavia. And accept volunteers. We didn't accept volunteers, though. You don't form Yugoslavia until after you conquer the lands from the Austrians. Okay, apparently we need to conquer some land. I'm gonna just... One second. I'm gonna do another save here. Just in case, just in case this matters. I'm gonna liberate them, and we're just going to if I was to theoretically like transfer that land to myself. Now for you, give it to the Serbian Republic because I released them. Transfer it back to me. Fate of Kosovo, fate of Greece, fate of Serbia. We can liberate Yugoslavia. But that doesn't... That doesn't make me Yugoslavia. Unless it needs to be like a certain event. Let me just like... These the Greek fleet. Our place in Europe, renewed pride. I feel like I'm missing something.